Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be making some small journals today just for writing in. They're going to go into my sewing book here, sewing journal. Now I put this card into a lot of the pockets and it's just the right size to fit in the pockets, so I'm only a little bit higher. So this is what I'm going to use for the size of the journal that I need it to know. It needs to be that wide only, and it can be a tiny bit higher or the same as that. And I do need to make these because I like to have plenty of writing space for people to write on. So I've got some bits and pieces here that I've collected. These are bits of cuts from I've used in other things that I've been making, so that's a good size. This is a piece that I've sprayed. Did I spray that? I think I could have done. Maybe it wasn't me. Somebody might have sent me this, so I'm going to use a bit of that. I've got some paper here that is something that they wrap around flowers. A bit of that. Oh, there's a fairy. Now there's a fairy on this piece, but I might use her, might not. I'll have to see. There's a bit of something else there that I don't think I can put it in there. It's a bit of a dress. Some out of a book, piece of paper, some handmade paper, another piece of paper. There's papers. Okay, so we've got paper. These are ends. I think these are things that come in the front of. No, I thought these were bits that come in front of books. They could be something tea dyed or coffee dyed for me by someone. But anyway, so I need to have this size, but have them a little bit longer, I think. And I'm going to use a bit of, of course I want lined paper as well. I've got that one, and I think I have another here. This is a good one too. This, remember this when you were at school? And they had them big wide lines. Can you see the lines? You can't see the lines. There's lines on there, I promise. Look, see? There you go. Look there. They're far apart. And you used to write in there. Hey. So that's the same size as this. So what do? I might make one like that to start with then, eh? One that size and then some longer ones. And I can use this, yes. I'm going to have it a little bit wide. I'll have it the width that that is, but I'll have to cut this off here. And pull it apart, I suppose. Where's my guillotine? It must be in here. I surely didn't take it out. Where did I put you? So yesterday I did a lot of... Oh, here it is. Goodness me. These things that sit fair in front of you. Well. So, let's measure that so we can work with a measurement. Where'd it go? Here. We've got 4.5 inches. Oh, we're not even looking at what I'm doing. Look at this. There we go. 4.5 inches by 2 3/4 about. So, 4.5. Bit less, 4 3/4. Well, I'll cut this off here. Get started with that first. I'm going to cut this off. Now, I've got 2 here, 2 pages of that. Right, I'll cut the rest off this one at it. Just take the red bit off. There we go. The glue. Now, I'll have one of these. Now there must be a way that I can make this, get as many pages as I can out of this, but you know what, you don't have to actually have it that exactly the same, do you, because they can be different sizes. So let's just fold this in half like so. There's only one page there. Okay. I'll fold that in half. Okay. Got my bone folder. So the other day I used it, remember, put glue all over it. It comes off. I just didn't get that bit. The glue will dry and then you can just get it off there, so that halfway. Just cut out that halfway. Or do your best to be at halfway, Sonya. Make sure that's straight before you cut it. Oh, I've got that one. So I've got two of those now because they come from that page. Let's do a pink one. Oh, this colour. I know I attempted this once. I don't know if this is mine or not. I can't even tell anymore. I've so much stuff I don't know what I'm doing, do I? Okay, so this was what, 4, did I say 4 and a bit? So let's go with 4 and a bit for this way. Okay. And fold it over to, I might fold it then cut it. You're going to waste a piece of paper, won't it? I'm sure that'll be fine. Can't measure it from there. Oh, there's 1 inch, 2 inches. I was measuring it from here, so now I've mucked that up. But I think so don't you do what I'm doing, will you? Because you won't get the same size. I'll show you, tell you in a minute after what silly thing I've done. That's 1 inch, 2 inches, and that's nearly 3 inches. So there's 2 3/4 inches from there. Okay, and that's how wide that is. Take a tiny bit off the end. Righto. So now we've got these pages here, and I like this one here. I'm thinking about the front of it to be this one here. Fold that. Really beautiful paper this is. It's got yeah, it's out of his book called Fairy Bell Collection. They are absolutely gorgeous. I've been hanging on to this. It's Jodie Lee Designs. I've been swinging onto this so it wouldn't, didn't want to let it go. I've been very sparingly with it, have been very sparingly. And I like this one here because it's, I just do. And I'm going to have this page here. Isn't it good that that was about the right size? So that can be the cover. Rightio. Even the piece that's inside can be, I'll show you what I can do with that too, eh? You'll probably see me make lots of these things, and I did not fold that very good, did I? Look, it's all skew with now. Probably see me make heaps of these in the past, or maybe you haven't. Just depends whether you're new to my channel or not. And but you never know how this might turn out. It might be made a different way. It's just I make whatever's happening on the day, and I was doing more rolling today. Still got miles to go. Rolling up my stuff, but I didn't feel like doing that just now. I need to do a bit of crafting. Fold these in half because they are, go back that way with it, that looks good. Okay, this one can go back this way. I've got the timer going, that's a good thing. I'm off to a good start. It's a really gloomy looking day out there. Don't seem to have very much good weather around here. This is cool. Now, I must have put her on there and took her out of something. I changed my mind, didn't I? Will I have it in here? Why not? I could, couldn't I? This is a piece of baking paper. No, it's not. This is. I'll work it out in a minute. I think it is. I'm going to take a tiny bit off the edge end of this because it's wrinkly. It doesn't matter if it's wrinkly. Now, you can use these in any, like, books that any journals that you want to. You just make them and put them in something smaller, whatever you want to do with them. Do you think I like that on there? You peoples know me. I'm going to cut it off here, just under a foot, and a little bit off the top. One of the best things I bought was this. I really do like it. It's portable. Okay, so now we should have enough bits, do you reckon? We need to put a bit more paper in there. I'd like to use a bit of this. It's handmade paper. I love a bit of handmade paper. And turn it over that way. Except the what's name won't cut it, I don't think. guillotine won't cut through this. Maybe it will. Might be just telling porkies it could do. It could do. Oh, look at that. You know what I was thinking about? You know, the one that runs up and down? It don't like cutting this because of the texture on the paper. Now I've got the other way. There are two. I'll have two of these. I hope it's not going to make it too bulky. I don't think it will. I'll eyeball halfway. I will. I'll just imagine halfway. There. I'm not. That's not bad for imaginitis. Imaginitis. Okay. Right now, we'll move these. We're going to do more. Hopefully, I'll get a couple done. At least because I want to do a long one too, because I know I've got a pocket in there that requires something of some sort of length. Now, did I get enough bits? Do I need some more? No, I'm good. That'll do me, because it'll be fairly thick, won't it? Now, this one here will need to stick him down a bit better. Have I got a glue stick that's got anything in it? So this was made, but I didn't make this paper, it's bought. The leaves in it. Leaves. So we've got some of these. Going to cut that bit off the end. I don't know why, I'm just going to be like that about it. So this is the cover, right? And these are going to be the pages. So we can put in, I think I'll go for this one first. Do you think? What do you reckon? That might work. Comes up over the top. Does that matter? Maybe. I don't feel like I want it to do that. Go steady. If I cut along the line instead of folding it over too, it'll be a lot better. It'll work a lot better if I cut along here. I'm going to have to do the other one as well because of the... This one too would be the same size, wouldn't it? And it'll come across the edge as well, up across the bottom, which I don't really want. I'm being a little bit fussy today, aren't I? I don't need to be though, but still. I like a junk journal which has got junk and new stuff in it as well. Actually junk, but you know what I mean. Things that we would dispose of. Then we don't want to, do we? Is this the same size? No, they all come over the top a bit. Do they? Show me this one. Yes, it will too. Well, I didn't realise I wasn't just a very small bit. So, oh, come on. Am I here still? Oh yeah, I'm over here. Over here. Nobody panic. So a bit of tea-dyed paper. Got a few bits in it. How about that one? Yeah, that'll fit because it was right, wasn't it? Now, we've got this thing here. We're doing some little corners. Let's do some corners, eh? Got two pieces of paper here, but if they're both going in there the same, together it should work. Where am I here? Two ends. These bits here. I don't know if this will cut. Probably not. Yeah, it is working today really well on everything. Well, when you put your piece of paper down in these, you probably know that you've got to have one end of the paper there and one edge there, because otherwise it won't go right into the corner and won't cut it off properly. See, that one didn't even go down there because the corner's not straight anyway. This bit here is still hanging on. Okay, so I've done that and that. I haven't done this one. that one, those two, this one. So, nothing much has happened since I talked to you yesterday. I was doing some winding. Had to sleep. In bed. It was night time, you know. My cat had to have a nap with me, which was a bit annoying, but anyway. Poor hubby only had half the bed because the cat had the middle. Well, half, well I'm saying half, he had half, his half, because the cat was over there with him. So I can take this off this little tiny piece here. It might look alright. So I'll put him in too. I like. It's not got enough, can't get hold of it properly. Here, I'll do this bit. So I want this bit as well. Why not? Okay. So now we're going to put together a journal. And this is too long now, isn't it? I knew that would be the case. Cut a little bit off the top of there. So you need a bit. Well, come back here. Rightio. Now. Well, I know what my next journey is going to be. I'm going to get some teeth. Isn't that fun? I'm going to go and get some teeth. Some more teeth. I've got some teeth. I've got to get some more teeth. Not, you know, fake ones. I've got to get some fake teeth. I'm not looking forward to that. But it'll be better if I can chew things. Won't it? Okay, so now we've got these here. So we're going to put that one. And then we're going to put this one here in the middle of there. So make sure they're folded over really good. Okay. And then I'll put a little bit of colour, eh? A little bit of colour. That's pretty. Yes. A bit of this. With the leaves on. Doesn't matter if it's... This one's still too long. I just wanted to make the front part of it the feature of the front of it, you know, so... But all these are coming up above it, and that's not going to work for me if I don't cut them off. So it's reasonably straight. You can get a reasonably straight line if you just go across once with the scissors, you know. I'll explain that in a minute. If I can get the end off this. You get your scissors and you just go straight down instead of that chop, you know. And usually it goes reasonably straight. It's not too bad. It's not that ducky, but it'll do. Righto. Now, put that in there. That in there. Fairy. One. Bit of this one. It's got a bit of paint on it. That doesn't matter. It's all in the plan, isn't it? It'll be all nice. It's all a bit skew-whiff, but that doesn't matter. I have had them all folded over, so they should fold down in nicely, I hope. I won't put that one in the middle because I want something that goes the full length of the book. And then see, as you put them in there too, you've got to make sure that they're really tight, and they will come over the end a bit, but I think it'll be fine. Now that's going to look really nice, isn't it, that little journal? So that's going into the pocket in the book, one of the pockets. This here is actually going to be a pocket in here, so I should put that in there, shouldn't I? So let's go back a bit. Let's turn back. So that way is up the right way. Okay, so we're going to put that in there like so. Get a bit of glue. And glue around the bottom here, which I should not have done this till I made a thing, but I will make a thing in a minute. Just, you know, nobody panic, we'll make a thing. We'll make a thing. A thumb thing. You put it in there, just a little tiny one. You don't need it too deep. You just need to know that it's there. You can see it there. It's nice there. And this is the other end of this piece of paper, so it makes a good pocket. Okay. Now I think this book might be a tiny bit thick for what I'm planning. I didn't do that, but that's going to be stitched. So I'm going to make sure that I stitch all of these, and we'll see how they look then. Make sure they're all sort of centered. I must have I have a giant paper clip here that I can use to put over this. Oops, that's not even going to keep it straight. That went skew with, Sonya, didn't it? How about that? Is that going to help? I hope so. I wonder why I've only got one sitting there. You'd have thought I'd have brought in another one, wouldn't you? Righto. Okie dokie. Well, see, now I can see that it's a bit higher up the top, look, than what it is down the bottom. I'll go reverse that then. Only thing I can do, I suppose, is just to cut that back when I get to the geez, I cannot hardly move that. It's that tight, that thing. I can hardly move it. So whenever I sew it, it's going to have to be right, isn't it? Anyway, it looks pretty good to me. Now, I'm going to have to make a hole, and I need a book. Of course, I can't do this with just pushing the needle through there. That won't work for me. That will not work for me. Now, I have a giant book there. It's a bit too big, though. I suppose I could grab it. Wait a minute, I've got one under here. I don't know if this will work or not, though. I'll have a go. I suppose it's got a middle in it. Push it down in the middle. See, you get the phone book. People get the phone book. We don't get a phone. We don't have phone books much anymore. People, they're only tiny, skinny things now. They're not even that thin. What am I talking about? They are. They're not like they used to be. For some reason, I'm not happy with how that's down in. That's tucked down in there. It's not down in there far enough for some reason. Can't seem to be able to get it to push down in there. I'm just going to put one on because I think when I get the other one on there, it makes it, something goes skew whiff out on me. We'll have another paper clip, eh? That might be a really good idea. They're easier for me to work with them other things. I know it's coming over the top, but we're just going to have to live with that, and we're going to learn to live with it. Now you have to put your, you need to put your book up like this to hold it. You know, you don't want to, you need to hang on to it like that so this goes straight down. It doesn't go anywhere else. Now whether that's going to, it's got nowhere to go down to. I've got no, there's no body on this. Anyway, I'll see what I can do. I'm going to put one halfway. You can measure this if you like yourself first. If you don't want to, well, that's okay too. Okay. There you go. That should be right now. If they went straight through the back. There's 1, 2, 3. Very good. Now, will I use a piece of this string I got yesterday? Why not? Yeah, I thought we could use it for stitching up the journal because you're going to be able to see it, aren't you? I put them all in this bag. I haven't sort of trimmed me. I haven't had a chance. I've been busy. I like this colour. Don't you reckon? Looks nice, doesn't it? Oh, trust me to have it all twisted up and caught in there. Rightio, now we'll have a bit of this. We need 3 times the length of the book. And Sonya always has to go overboard, don't I? But sorry about that. I have another way that I might sew the other one together because I really like to do it and it's fun. So let's see if we can get on with this so we can do the other one. A big needle with a big hole to do that with. Where's something here? I don't think this is too thick, is it? I think it might be, it is a bit sharp. That's good. It'll go through, look. Wait a minute. Yep, makes the hole a little bit bigger, but it can't be helped. It's got to, you got to sew it up, don't you? You can't just leave it like that. So I'm going to start on the outside to do this. I'm going to have that tied up on the outside instead of on the inside. So this is pretty much my idea of a 3-hole pamper stitch, okay? But you would have started on the inside, not the outside. And it doesn't matter, you can please yourself which way you go. So you go up there, you come back, and you want to go back through here. You're going to try not to go through your thread, your original piece of thread, because it'll all pull out of place. Okay, and back through this one. Now, it's not hard, but you know what you got to do? You got to make sure you got the right thing to do it with. Make sure that you have what you need. Like the needle's got to be thick enough to go through the hole. It's got to be able to fit through the hole. If it's too thin, it won't thread the cotton. The cotton won't thread the hole and the needle's not big enough. So you need a big enough needle that the thread will go through. And this is not a thick thread. It's sort of like, actually it's in pretty much all different strands put together. So it's quite easy to thread through, that was, because it wasn't really heavy or thick. If it's a thick thing, it's really harder to put through. Right. I hope that's tight enough. Yeah. Now I just wrapped it under there and brought it through and did a knot. Okay. Now. So that should have everything sewn on. I've actually caught the pocket in there, and it's all sewn in nicely. And I hope I didn't. Look at that, the fairy's upside down. Okay, I thought to myself when oh dear, Sonya, the fairy's upside down. Anyway, she might come off there, will she? No, maybe I'll take her off and turn around. Look at this. Oh yes. I think I can take her off. And then I'll have to do some more sticky. Go steady, go steady. Oh, look at that. I'll have to put some more. I'll put some more glue on her after. Okay. Now that worked. Better do that now so I don't lose her. Well, that was cool. Nothing much sticks to that stuff, that's why. That's the reason. Maybe I didn't put glue on here, because sometimes you have to have add glue to these things, so they'll work properly for you. I'll stick on and stay there. It took a bit of tearing off though, so if I'd have put it in there, left it in there, it would have still taken a bit of tearing off, so that's all right. Now I'll find the hole, get that back in there. Okay, so there's still a fairy in there, look. There we go. Whoops. Give it time to dry, and then we're going to put something on the front. But let's just show you really quickly another idea that pages that I like to do. Here we are. This is good sizes, aren't they? I want to fold that. I hope they're not too wide that way. They probably will be. Right. Might have to trim it back a tiny bit. And this one. Grab a couple more pieces from here. There we go. You've got to put a spot of music paper in things, don't you? Everything needs a spot of music paper. I think that's a good width. Righto, let's do some cutting out of that one. I was in bed last night thinking about this. I thought, now I haven't made one of those books for a really long time that I sewed up like that. I really liked the way I did it. It was really fun. So we're going to cut this off here. Leave it at that size. Right. We're going to trim this one to make it neat. Put that up there on a level, hopefully. Hopefully it's level. Alright. And both these are going to have to be cut back because they're both way too long. So I'm doing both at the same time. Now before I was saying about the measurements, right, so on here you've got an inch from there to start with, and I was counting from here, you know, 1, 2, 3, and that was not right, okay? 1, 2, 3 that way, okay? So that's what I'd done that wrong. I've actually folded this skew width too, or just cut it out really wrong. Alright, that's bad, isn't it? Sonya, that's shocking. Anyway, we've got that bit. It might be a pocket, that one. And we're going to straighten this, I hope. Right. Put that there. And cut it there. I could use one that's not so tall. I suppose it'll be alright. These ones. Not as tall. This one. If I cut that in, what if I did that in half? Where's this piece here? Will it be wide enough? Yeah, I think so, don't you? Look, it'll be a page worth. Yeah, and it'll make 2 pages instead of wasting all of the paper. Like I don't have enough, you know. You gotta be sparing, don't you? Oh dear, I got enough paper to. Oh, I don't know. We could paper the town with the amount of paper I got. Anyway, so we've got a few here, and there's another one there. These 2 here, and anyway, I'm going to start. Oh well, I should probably get some more cut out, but this one here, is it wide enough? I'll cut some off it. Not too bad. Right, I need a few. Let's go for some more, eh? Let's get some more. This one here's got a big piece out of this, so I don't mind folding this in half and cutting it down because I want to cut that bit off. How wide are these? That might do me today because it's only supposed to be going into the book, isn't it? It's not supposed to be going to be really thick. Rightio. Now, so we've got this page here, and we've got that page there, and we've got another. This page is a bit wider. And that's okay. I can use it on the back. And there's that one. Now I'm just doing random sizes. I've decided to just do random sizes, okay? Right, so now what you do is you get your papers and you fold them in half like so, right? And you pick out what you want to go next. You know, you want that one, say that one there. I think this is easier if you have them all the same size, but it will be easier if I have them all the same size. That's a shame. I'm going to have to cut that back, I suppose. And then that one, I'll just cut it off there, Sonya, just cut it off. try and faff about with it. It'll take too much time. Right, we're starting again. So we're putting them together like this, okay? Put them onto one another, like so. That one. And we'll see if we've got lines. Where's some lines in the middle? Okay, so there's more lines. There's a piece of this one, and it is way too big, so we're going to cut it back. I think when I did these before, I did make them a bit off centre, like they were different sizes, so that's okay. You know, you don't want to worry too much about that. This one is a bit too big, but you know how there's always something that you don't want on your paper. It gets there anyway. It gets there anyway. I reckon if I show you like this, with this straight, it will work better. I hope. I hope it works better. Anyway, I can trim something off if I don't like it when I'm finished. That in the middle. This one in the middle. Cut that off there. I've got all the bits I've got left over now. I didn't want to do paper wasting, but that's what I suppose it's not wasted, really. I'll probably do something. I doubt it. I don't think I will do anything with it because I just don't have the time, and I've got so much I don't need it to do that with it. Okay, so some of these are not the same length, and that's all right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's going to be a few pages in this, isn't there? Okay, so now we've got this, righto. So we'll get this and we'll put a pin, put this clip over it. Okay. Now, actually, what I want to do is put a cover on it because I don't want to have to cover it later because then it'll cover up what I want to do. It'll cover up what we're doing. And we don't want that, do we? It's this way this goes, that way. Probably not what I had in mind for a cover. Use the bottom bit. What have I got on that? Oh, that one there. See, this is too busy. This is too busy. We won't have the really busy one. What do we have? Something else for a cover. We're putting it in the sewing book, aren't we? Yeah, I think so. I think we're doing that with it. No, I might leave it and decorate it. I think I'll decorate it. I'll use that for the cover and decorate because we don't want to hold this up too long because I don't have many minutes left. I can't remember where I started either. Now, you can go on here first and you can do your holes. Personally, I'd rather not. This is really sharp, this little needle. It's got some nice cotton in it, so I'm going to use some more of that. This is crochet thread, and it's very strong, very good stuff to use. Right, really just the right thing. Now I'm hoping when I go to do this I get it right, okay? Let me see. Okay. Just looked at the other one I've got over there. See how it goes together. In case my memory might have failed me a bit. Don't want to make a mistake. Rightio. Wrong side. So you want to come around here and you want to pick up a bit of 2 pieces of the paper, like so. Okay, quit that. And the next one, pick up those. Now this is probably some binding way that Sonya doesn't remember what it's called or whatever. But I reckon it looks really cool. You go in here. Keep it level. You know, you want to keep it level, Sonya. You don't want it to be skew-whiff. Don't start right at the top, and make sure when you go through there you don't tear that bit. You know, you don't want to tear this piece off it. Righto. Now, I guess this is how I did it before. You know what I've done? I haven't done it how I did it before. Okay, right, we'll undo that because this is not going to work properly because it hasn't got calico on it. And it needs to have calico on it. Because that way, then you can sew your calico and your pages will be fine. Okay, they won't tear. Because I'm thinking, how did I stop that last time? Okay, so what you need to do first is get your paper and put each one, you'll put on some one of these. Okay, so we need to do that. Rightio. And then we stick that on there. It doesn't matter if I don't have it the full width of the calico stuck to it either. I suppose I could just make a small one for you to show you, unless I just make a part 2. I think I better make a part 2. What do you reckon? A lot of people don't like a part 2. It's best that I finish it. I want to finish it and I don't want to make it dodgy, so I'll be back in a minute, okay? Because I've only got 4 minutes left and I won't be able to do it in that length of time, so I'll talk to you in a minute or two or tomorrow, okay? So thank you for watching and hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.